Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where it is now January of 1939. Peace still seems to be what is happening, unless you're Austria-Hungary and Japan, who are fighting it out. However, for France, things very quiet, and I've not been fiddling with improved tensions or improved relations or anything like that. It's just fairly natural events and stuff, and I'm just having fun building stuff, so it's fine by me. We have some spare port capacity, not a vast amount, but a reasonable amount, and I think, especially because all these destroyers are going to come out of refit next turn. In fact, I think I will wait one turn because we can start designing another set of battleships, because the Musketeer class are finished and commissioned into the fleet. The Triumphs are under construction, but the Companions are finished. So yeah, more battleships time. So I'm going to end the turn, load the hull, and I'll see you in the shipbuilder. Okay, this is the next hull on the list. We still have the Super 1 and the Super 2, but those are the last battleship hulls I'm going to get access to, so I'm not too eager to just rush ahead and build on them. Now, these are going to, not replace, but these are going to be the follow-up to the Musketeer, or Musketeer class. Now, they are pretty big. I think 60,000 is about right. That's another 5,000 on top of the Musketeers, and would put them at, yeah, because the Oceans were 54, the Dantons were 55, Musketeers were 54. We're kind of in that kind of size range for a lot of our battleships, but these are going to be just a teeny bit bigger. However, this hull is a little bit awkward to work on, so I don't actually have an idea of what I'm going to build yet. 25 to 19. Is there one where... yeah, I think this one is a good bet. We get 23 base accuracy for just under 19,000 tons, which seems like a pretty good deal. Secondary tower. Gonna go with that one, just to keep my costs down a little bit. And a funnel. Now, what on earth do we build on this hull? Because I'm pretty sure if we try and go for our 400 millimeter, they're not going to fit. But they do fit. They fit just fine. It's a bit ambitious going for 12 guns. I also notice, yeah, they don't properly fit on there. 12 guns might be a stretch. We might have to downgrade this to a twin setup. Oh. But if I make them... well... ah, that stupid border. There's another way of doing this. Rather than a B quads like we had on the Musketeers, how about a X quads? Because this position, yes, because what I'm thinking is We use this to build a little tier of secondary firepower. Like so. I could maybe use a bigger tower. Yeah. I know I was like, oh, that one's better price, but let's use the big one. And let's use the top end light tower 4. This is mostly for aesthetics, so that it kind of looks right. Actually, the light tower might be enough. Give me that. Cut price tower back. Yeah, we could do something like this. Again, really wish I could put a bar bit there. And then we can have some 80mm dotted around. 4, 3. $38. So we've got a nice little symphony of firepower. Right. How fast do these things go? 32. That would be quite nice. Steam probably up a bit, considering. Can't do it on a ballast boiler. Maybe I need a second funnel. It's my washing machine. Getting filters being left out of the video, clearly. Electric. All the heavy stuff. Cool. And then we will need to do the armor, although these are now too long. 55s, please. Right. First step, let's make sure we're armored against the 155. So, yeah, 150, 4.5 built. Should block out the HE. Yes, it does. AP max on these is not very good. HE max on these is about, yeah, I think we go 150 extended decks and 400, 200, 400, 500, Jesus, 200, and then 500, 500, 250, 500, 200, 100, 100. And then go 175, 50, 75, 50, and we're 5% overweight. Yeah, 4% overweight. Hull bulkheads. Okay, can I just make this larger without lengthening the ship? 60,000 tons was spot on. Right, engines and boilers is the number 4 thing on the list. Yeah. No, it's hull, bulkheads, fuel. Let's go many. Most of our recent battleships have had many. And I go down a touch on the fuel. And now we're in kind of, I should be able to just noodle something. Like taking a few millimeters off the secondary turret face. Okay. They're a bit weird. I'll be honest. The AX quad is not a layout I use often, but there's no reason why it can't be perfectly effective. Given that these are kind of broadside ships, I don't think they'll play nice with the musketeers. I think these are going to be deployed to the normal fleets that have got all the dreadnoughts in it. And yes, they are far faster than the rest of them, but it's not a huge issue. They can sort of serve as a kind of battlecruiser in disguise, I guess. Yeah, sure. I'm going to save this. I'm going to build 3, and I will be back on the fleet screen with the names and things. Okay, we have Koibari, which I can never pronounce, Lille, and Corbeil. Fine. We were okay on the old shipbuilding cap, but it's probably going to be a refit next. So I'll see you there for that. Next up on the refit schedule are the Bruni class cruisers, coming in for their 5th refit, which is probably going to be pretty lightweight, to be honest. Should just be me adjusting components and things. Oxygen, autoloaders, TNT4, the triple base. Still 5. Talk 5. Barbette 5. Crook 5. All the 5s. These are not fast ships, so I'm going to refit them to diesel engines, which gives us a fair amount of displacement back. We can standard range them and maybe get them up to 21 knots. Yeah, there we go. Again, they're hardly going to be fast doing 21 knots, but they'll no longer be ridiculously slow compared to everything else. See if we can fix the gun lengths without it going overweight. There we go. Lovely. Sure. I'll get those on the go. Alright. Next up on the refit docket are the colony class. Again, a start game. Right at the very start of the game I designed these. Definitely going to put diesels in them because they're not a fast ship. Which will finally fix one of the big issues with them, which is their range. We also have modern 1 armour now, which is quite nice. We can experiment with that on this pretty tiny class of ship. Yeah, they've got a little bit of displacement left. Now, these things are using 130mm guns. I'm wondering if... Yeah. We can upgrade their firepower from 4 guns to 6. Not even that heavy. Very good. Lovely stuff. What else can we do with you? Can you do 23 knots? No. Flat out no. But we can make you super long range. There we go. Going from low range to super long range. And getting a nice little bump in firepower as well. Lovely. And protection because of the modern armour. Right. Yeah, I'll get those on the go. And then I guess I'll see you again when I'm doing the next ship on the list. Alright, the next ship on the list is the Alsace class. Very nice. This is going to require a little bit of gentle refitting. For a start, this gun is going to need pushed forward, and they're going to need a new barbette. Oh, this one's too tall. I really wish we could manually adjust the height of a barbette. There we go. Medium 4. Works quite well. And then just push this back a bit. Okay. There we go. So that's the guns fixed. We'll just fix the lengths. Cool. Radar. I don't need the RDF anymore. This is 5. Auto loaders. The new shells. Upgrade everything to 5. Modern armour. And oil 2. Now, she's currently geared turbine. We can upgrade it to geared double gear turbines. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. Lovely. Wow, that was actually quite straightforward. I was thinking I might have to do quite a lot to her. But no, she's handled that with aplomb. And, you know, for a ship that is now quite old, you know, she's basically operating as a supercruiser. 28 knots. It's the same speed as a real-world Deutschland class. She carries 6 320mm 12.6-inch type guns. She's got some secondary guns, 6-inch-ish. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I'll get them on the refit, and then there's going to be a little bit of a... probably a few months just to clear up the shipyard cap, and then probably back with the next refit. Yep, a couple of months later, it is the Tuders that are coming in for a refit. Oh no, no, I don't like seeing red. Okay, if we get rid of the what? Okay, I can push it to the front of the ship. Using the 105s. Where's the triple? Yeah. The 105 has... It looks great as a single gun, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, I remember I put the extra one on. Why wouldn't you fit there anymore? You bulked up or something? just plain bigger. What is this? Minimal Tower 4. Is this one smaller? It vexes me. Maybe if I shove all of this along. Yeah, there we go. Good. Aesthetics preserved. Clearly very important. Right. Let's do the components first. Modern armor. Right, these are not fast ships, so they're getting a diesel engine. 300% engine efficiency means that they are very nice range, which we can now bump to standard. And then I've got to figure out what to do with those. Yeah. Those are fine, but this gun I think is going to have to go. The only other option is to take this gun off entirely and put on... I mean, what do we want to do? I don't like the twin. What does the triple look like? Actually, the triple doesn't look too bad. Let's take both of those rear guns off. Put a single triple up on the top deck. So that we can do that. It does fire over. Okay, 102%. Wow. Most of the weight is the torpedo tubes and the crew. 183 tons of crew. Let's go cramped. There we go. Fixed. Okay, so now we're packing, instead of 3 105s, we're packing 6. We've got some extra 50mm guns. Which is nice. They fire stupidly fast. We have more range on the ship. Can we go faster? Oh. Okay. Maybe another time we can make them go faster. Mind you, 300% range. I could probably just redo the funnels. Yeah, we could go down to just a single funnel. The original purpose of which was to increase speed, but... I can see it. I can see getting a third turret. Okay, we don't need this funnel specifically. We could probably get away with 2 of these. And now... yes! 9 105-inch guns. Screw your 3. That is a stupid ship. I love it. Nobody is expecting a tiny... tiny little 1,500 ton protected cruiser, barely a protected cruiser, more of a slow destroyer, to have 905mm guns on it and a bunch of stupidly dangerous 40,000 damage torpedoes. Excellent. Love it. Yes. Oh, I'll get these things refitting. No, and I'll see you on the next refit. Next up on the refit schedule is the Normandy class. So we'll get into that. Because yeah, this is gonna be hard. We've managed before though to get everything refitted. But yeah, that 300mm gun does not fit anymore. Neither do any of those. And unfortunately, I don't think this fits either. Right, let's see what guns we can fit. What about just a 230? No. No, we're not fitting a 230. Not on the back. And that is someone ringing my phone. Back in a moment. Oh, dearie me. Right. Yeah, we're just going to have to turret off. In fact, I think I'm going to take everything off the ship and start from here and see if we can work out what we can do. Now the towers are all the same, aren't they? Yeah, pretty much. What? Oh, you're not even fitting the towers anymore. Apparently. Yeah. Trying to see which one's smaller. Those are actually bigger. So yeah, it's probably going to be this one. And then... yeah, I can put a funnel in. It's not a fast ship. Let's go diesel. I don't need any more funnels. I wish these were not structural. There's no bar bits. That is the smallest gun that it is possible to use. And I need a main gun. I can't not have a main gun. See, I can even do, you know, funky stuff like putting that in there. And if I could just put a gun here, it would be fine, but It's not looking... Oh, well. In theory, but that's not a practical weapon. I don't want to say this, but I think that I cannot refit these. I think the Normandy is the first ship that is just not doable. Oh, unless... What happens if we widen the beam? Still can't fit a gun back there. But that has suddenly become practical. Can you fit a quad? I know there'll have been someone screaming at me. You can do... Widen the beam! Widen the beam, you fool! Sorry, if that was you. So yeah, I can't fit any more, but I can fit a single quad main gun on the front. And then, no, some 155s? Yeah, I can fit a 155 on the back. Maybe even two of them. No, just one. Basically getting whatever guns are still in the depot. And then we're going to want some... Oh, is that why they were 50mm singles? I see. Go for something like that. Yeah, sure. Successful refit is a bit much. It is refitted. Maximum armor on that turret. Maximum armor on this turret. Because they can't afford to lose their very limited armament. I mean, these are basically heavy cruisers at this point, and crippled ones at that. Got tons of displacement. Might as well put a battery on them. Triple bottom hull. They're already maximum everything. Max range. Speed. Oh, now my engine efficiency is going to go down. But, I can put another funnel here. 26. There we go. So, they get redone to be very strange heavy cruisers. They're basically a torpedo platform at this point. But that's not to say they couldn't be useful. I mean, a 9-inch gun isn't useless, nor is a 24-inch oxygen torpedo. And they've got like lots of little guns to, you know, do convoy transport or even a convoy raid. These things can be useful. I'm glad I didn't have to think about doing something else with them. We managed to get the refit to work somehow. So I'm going to save that and end the turn a couple of times and wait for the next refit. Although this one will take 21 months. Jeez. All right. Next up is Democracy, where I think we're going to have the same issue, to be honest. Again, I don't... What is this? The Frontier... That's already the one I would pick, probably. The other guns that are just going to come getting in the way. Right, what are these? 300s. Well, those are never going to fit. Those can come off. I wonder if we can do the same trick. Well, we can get one on the back. The question is, can we get one on the front? I really wish you had a different tower. Or I could move that tower, but these get in the way. I mean, maybe... Yeah, no, that was asking too much, wasn't it? I mean, these will almost at least be swapped to these, so let's proceed on that assumption. I just wish I could fit a gun on the front. Do you know what? These are going to be the reverse. These are going to be the reverse of the ones I just did. These are going to have the big gun at the back. Big gun. It's a 9-inch quad, but a big gun at the back, and a 155 at the front. Sure. Seems like that's my only option. Although I have to say, both of these classes are now really not battleships anymore. Not sure I would ever really use them by choice. I would almost certainly be scrapping them in a normal game, or selling them off if I thought I could get away with it. But no, I think we have to stick to the spirit. We have to try and use these ships if we can. Oh, maybe with a second funnel? We can make them faster, though. That does at least give them some form of a role in convoy protection. Okay, not with those funnels. Yeah, get rid of that. Back to 27 knots. Let's stick a battery on. Nope, not allowed to do that either. Although, I just want to check. Damn. No, let's not do that then. I thought it could maybe be cheeky and do something a bit naughty. Although maybe there's still something a bit naughty I can do. Screw you, game. I can still have lots of firepower if I want it. Where there's a will, there's a way. There we go. Yeah, just shove that in there. And we can get a ship that's very good at running away. It does look backwards. The ship actually looks backwards. It's funny. I'm getting an enormous amount of joy out of these late game refits of hulls that I'm pretty sure the developers expect you to have scrapped. But hey, you can keep going, and I like that. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to get them refitting. 13 months to do that. It's quite a while. And then, yeah, probably back with another refit. Next up in for the refit is La Nationale class light cruiser. Okay. We are unhappy with our torpedoes. Alright. See if we can deal with that. I'm going to keep her on steam because she is a high-speed ship. Wow, that weight has come right down. There may be another way to configure these so we can keep the torpedoes. What's the flash fire chance on these? 1.2. Okay, 84%. Because yeah, I've taken all the torpedoes off, so they're much lighter. Oxygens. Yeah, they don't fit anymore. So I think what that means is we're going to do a little bit of adjustment and go from 8 guns to 9. So that we can take this turret off completely and put down a couple of torpedo tubes. Or 10. But we still have a ton of weight remaining. Are there any like secondary mounts on this hull? Yeah, we could put some single 50mm. If we wanted. It's not the worst decision in the world. -1. It gives them a little bit of secondary firepower. We can give them maximum bulkheads and improve range. Because I mean, they are a light cruiser. We want them generating missions. Could even make them spacious if we wanted. And then, I guess, speed, potentially. Yeah, they can go a knot faster. There we go. Nice. Nice little upgrade there to La Nationales. Again, same deal. I'll get those refitting and the turn a bit, and then I'll either be back with the refit or some news. Right, probably the last refit of the episode. The Porcupines have come in for their 5th refit, but this is going to be a much easier time of it because they've already had their whole armament totally redone. You can put them on diesels. That will be very handy. Gives me a lot of weight back. They can get torps and auto loaders, radar, top-end rangefinders. Don't need an RDF. Battery system. would like them to do at least 21 knots at standard range. Can we get them to do 23 knots? No. 22? Yeah, but the engine efficiency sucks. Okay, 21 knots with loads of extra fuel and tennis court. Okay, a little bit of a capability upgrade, not huge, but should help them stay competitive / stay afloat. I'm going to save this, I'm going to get them refitting, and I'll see you back on the fleet screen. Alright, here we are. It's now January of 1940. I'm actually going to have to go and check when we conquered Italy, but there hasn't been a real proper full-on war for France for very long. Very long time. And it doesn't look like there's going to be, like, relations are pretty static. The Japanese and the Austro-Hungarians are still going at it. The American economy is still completely buggered. And the French economy is going to the moon. Particularly that period when we had that insane 20% growth. That's fortunately died down, but we seem to be solid 8-9%. And we just have absolutely tons of money. Absolutely tons of money. And I'm trying to spend it by keeping ships on sea control for no reason at all. Which is a total waste of money in peacetime, but just trying to justify my budget. I've also ordered 3 more Triumph class. As I said I would, well, probably a while ago in game terms, but not too long ago, I did say I was going to do that. So the first batch of Triumphs are going to be finished 6-7 months, and then another batch will come along in 23 months. And then the battleships will be coming off in between them. And then we can work on our next class of battleship. That, however, will be for probably the next episode, unless war were declared. It's probably going to be a lot more in terms of refits. Here's the refit list. So next is Tonnant and Tonnerre. The Jean d'Arc or Joan of Arcs are going to come in. There's going to be a pretty major refit because they're still using the old style guns. And then weirdly enough is the Arrogant class coming in for upgrades. The France, which I think was the first ship we built with the 400mm gun. Again, that's going to be a pretty big refit. The Hovers Republique coming up. Again, big refit. So there's plenty of sizable refits coming down the track. Bloody hell, Invincible's not far off. And it feels like I refitted her very recently. That'll be a minor one. No more PKs. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there are any other, like, really big refits on the docket. Yeah, Ocean. When we finally get down to her, that's going to be a fairly big one. And the Dantons potentially could be annoying when we come to refit them, but yeah. I am loving having all these designs. And some of them very, very old. Very old. And I want to see them in combat. Give me some battles. I might start picking a fight. And the person I want to pick a fight with is America, because their economy is buggered and is bothering me. Nobody likes them. And I want to take Western Germany and northern western Spain off of them, which the army can probably do, given the US is a abysmal army logistics, but given that the Americans don't really have anything over here anymore worth invading, because we took everything, although they do have Yemen. Yeah, so I'll send some units to take Yemen, but mostly we'll be focused on grabbing Spain and Germany. Basically, whichever the army doesn't go for, we'll go for a naval invasion on the other one. It's kind of how I see it. And I've got this fleet here is more than capable of taking Yemen. Because it's not a big port. No. Yeah, so I send this lot to go take Yemen, and then the rest of the fleet. So we've got 400,000 tons in Marseille, nearly 400,000 tons in Le Havre, 300,000 in Brest, 200,000 in La Rochelle, and just throw all of that at them and see what happens. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.